Hello and welcome to Turn of Speed. Today I'm here with Mr. Zac Hollis, who is the brand director of Skoda, and he's going to talk to us about the new Skoda Slavia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Skoda has seen, like you mentioned yesterday, a growth of 130% in the year 2021, and that's really phenomenal. So I was just, wanting to understand from you, what would you attribute this growth to?
In a car company or any brand, from that point of view, it comes from new product. When you've got new product, you've got something new to talk about, and you've got a new target audience in the mid-sized SUV. So it comes from the Kushaq. We launched the Kushaq in the middle of last year, and already by the end of the year, we were selling 3,000 cars a month. So the growth comes from the Kushaq, but the growth not only comes from the Kushaq, it comes from everything that we've done to get the business ready for India 2.0. So we've expanded the number of dealers. We started out with 65 sales outlets, and by the end of last year, we were at 150 sales outlets.
Can you tell us a little bit about your plans with the Skoda Slavia, and what are the numbers that you're aiming at?
The Skoda Slavia is, in my opinion, no doubt the most beautiful car in this segment. We've got one of the biggest cars in the segment, we've got one of the safest cars in the segment, and of course we've got the great TSI engines. And on the back of that, we will also have, for the 1 litre TSI, very competitive pricing. And then as a result, I'm confident we can be segment leader. So my plan is to be segment leader with that, and that means selling 2,500 to 3,000 cars a month.
Could you throw some light on who the Slavia is aimed at? Who do you think the potential customers are going to be who are going to be coming in to buy the Slavia?
The Slavia is a family car. That's clearly what our target audience is. And you're talking about a young professional with a small family. That's primarily the target audience. But when you're going to 2,500 to 3,000 cars a month, you need to have a wide target audience. And with a car with 521 litres of boot space, and a car that's one of the biggest in the segment, we will have a very wide space. But if you ask me, I think the Slavia is very much a family car.
I also wanted to find out a little bit about your dealerships, because like you mentioned last evening, you've grown dealership exponentially. And what are your plans for this year in terms of growing the dealerships? Do you all plan to go ahead and have many more dealerships across India? What's plan?
What I have learned in the 3.5 years almost that I've been in India is this is a big country, and you need to be local. You need to be where people are if you're going to reach your sales potential. If we go back 2 years, we only had a business case with the lower volumes for 65 sales outlets pan-India. That's what we had, and we were mostly in metro tiers 1 and tier 2 cities. Now, with the kind of new products we've got and the kind of volume aspirations we've got, we can expand our dealer network. And it works both ways. To expand the network, you need the products. And we've got the products now. Now we need to expand the network to make sure we get the sales potential. So, as you said, we've expanded from 65 to 150 dealers by the end of last year. We're already at 153 now. We're just into February, and we'll be at 180 before the end of the year. So we'll put another 13 sales outlets on this year. So that will expand the number of cities by the end of this year to 140 plus.
You launched the Kodiaq last year, and it was again sold out in 21 days, like you mentioned. What new products can we expect from you in this coming year?
I think what we will continue to do is to look at making new innovations and derivatives around the India 2.0 cars. So even as early as April, we'll bring something new for the India 2.0 cars. We'll continue working later in the year. We'll also look at perhaps bringing new colours, etc., etc. So for the rest of this year, we'll continue to bring in new model derivatives, new colours, new features to product, to keep things fresh and to give something also for these guys to continue talking about.
Right.
This is also important.
Right. Okay. It's 20 years for Skoda, since Skoda's been in India. Can you tell us a little bit about what differences you've seen in terms of Skoda when you all came in with the Octavia, and now when you're just about to launch the Slavia?
What we've done over 20 years is established a position in the marketplace. We have a positioning of value luxury. We always brought premium cars to the market, right the way if you go back 20 years for the Octavia. And when I came here 3.5 years ago, I said, what's our position? Our position is value luxury. And I spoke to journalists and said, what does that mean from that point of view? Well, it means we're delivering a very high quality car at a much more affordable price. And I think we continue that value luxury positioning with cars like the Slavia, bringing TSI technology at the same price as MPI technology, etc. So I think over the period of those 20 years, then definitely that value luxury positioning has been established. But now we call this India 2.0. Now we're going through a huge growth phase. I mean, this year, in the month of February alone, we will deliver 4,500 cars to our dealers.
What changes have you seen in the Indian customer from, in terms of aspirations or desires, in terms of what kind of products they are expecting from Skoda?
One thing I noticed a lot of in India is more customers talking about safety. It's something that perhaps you didn't see in the past, but there's a lot of talk about safety. If you read the social media and what industry commenters are saying, safety becomes more and more important. And then not just by us, but also by competitors. And we've got to make sure that we, of course, are up with that trend to delivering very safe cars. If you look at the platform and you look at the steel construction, you've got one of the safest cars in the marketplace. Of course, we're delivering 6 airbags on the top of the range style, but it's not just about safety, it's not just about airbags. We've got the kind of passive and active safety technology that saves lives and makes the Slavia one of the safest in the marketplace, such like ESC as standard, multi-collision braking, ABS across. All of these things really are not seen in competitor cars, delivering very safe cars, and that's something that I'm seeing as a changing trend in the industry.
Right. Skoda is also like really big on design, and they make some spectacularly pretty cars. What can you tell us about what's happening in terms of the design philosophy and design language at Malada Boleslav?
I think we have a fantastic design team in Malada Boleslav, but we also have designers here based in India. So the two teams work together on future product developments. And I mean, I'm with you. I think the Slavia is just a gorgeous looking car. The creases on the car look absolutely outstanding, look beautiful. And we will continue to be looking at bringing really well-designed cars and very highly styled cars to the Indian market, because I think that's another way of differentiating ourselves.
Great. All right, so well, that's it from us. Thank you for joining us on Turn of Speed.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.